was Halloween night, the kind you remember from childhood. The air smelled of burnt sugar and fallen leaves, and the distant laughter of trick-or-treaters echoed down the street. I'd just finished handing out the last of the candy when I noticed something on the doormat. It wasn't a package or a forgotten candy bucket. It was a mask, handmade, with a crudely stitched smile that seemed to mock the festive atmosphere. There was no note, no explanation. I figured it was just a prank, some teenager's idea of a Halloween joke. Shrugging, I picked it up. It felt strangely real, almost like worn leather. I brought it inside, tossing it onto the kitchen counter without another thought. That was my first mistake. That night, just as I was drifting off to sleep, I heard it. A firm, deliberate knock on the front door. Knock, knock, knock. My heart hammered against my ribs. Who would be out this late? I crept to the door, my hand trembling as I reached for the handle. Peeking through the peephole, I saw nothing but my empty porch, bathed in the pale glow of the street lamp. Annoyed and a little spooked, I opened the door just a crack. And there it was. Another mask, identical to the first. Stitched smile, empty eyes, lying on the welcome mat as if it had been waiting for me. As I stared, a whisper seemed to snake out from the darkness, a voice that was barely there but chilled me to the bone. Put it on. I slammed the door shut, my back pressed against it, my breath coming in ragged gasps. The next night it happened again. Another knock, another mask. This one had a different expression, a silent, gaping scream. I didn't even open the door all the way this time. I just saw it through the peephole and retreated, my mind racing. What was happening? Who was doing this? The third night, a new mask appeared, this one with a look of pure, unadulterated terror. I started to panic. I gathered them all up, my fingers recoiling from their strange texture, and threw them in the trash can at the curb. I watched the garbage truck haul them away the next morning, a wave of relief washing over me. But when I came home from work that evening, they were back, all three of them, arranged in a neat row on my living room floor. My home no longer felt like my own. It felt occupied. The masks began to multiply, appearing in the most unsettling places. One was hanging from the shower head when I went to take a bath. Another was sitting in my favorite armchair, its hollow eyes fixed on the television. I'd find them propped up on my pillow, their stitched smiles greeting me in the morning. I was living in a constant state of fear, jumping at every creak and shadow. The knocking continued, relentless, every single night. Sometimes I'd ignore it, burying my head under the covers, but I could almost feel their presence on the other side of the door, waiting. The worst part was the mirrors. I'd catch glimpses of my reflection out of the corner of my eye, and for a split second, I'd see myself wearing one of them. The screaming one, the smiling one. My own face was becoming a stranger. I tried to explain it to people. My friends thought I was losing my mind, stressed from work. The police told me it was likely just elaborate pranks and to install a security camera. I did. The camera showed me opening the door each night to an empty porch. It never captured the masks appearing. It never captured the knocking. It was like I was the only one who could see it, the only one who could hear it. I was trapped in a nightmare that no one else believed. I stopped answering the door. I boarded up the windows, but they still got in. The collection grew. A mask with a weeping face. A mask with a cunning, sly grin. A mask that looked like it was choking. My house had become a museum of horrors, a gallery of faces I didn't want to see. A year passed. My life had shrunk to the four walls of my house. I hadn't seen friends or family in months. The world outside felt like a distant dream. It was Halloween night again. The familiar sounds of laughter and celebration outside were a cruel reminder of a life I no longer had. And then, right on schedule, came the knock. Knock, knock, knock. But this time, something was different. A strange silence followed. There was no usual sense of presence, no feeling of being watched. Exhausted, defeated, and driven by a desperate, morbid curiosity, I decided I had to see. I had to know what would happen. I slowly unbolted the door, my hands numb. I pulled it open. This time, there was no mask on the doormat. For a moment, a wild, foolish hope surged through me. Was it over? Was I finally free? But then I looked up. Standing on my porch was a tall, slender figure. It was shrouded in darkness, but I could see what it was wearing. Or rather, what it was. Every single mask I had collected over the past year was attached to it, layered over one another, creating a grotesque, multi-faced creature. The weeping one, the screaming one, the smiling one. All of them were there, their empty eyes staring into my soul. It slowly tilted its head, a dry, crackling sound echoing in the night. Then, a voice spoke, distorted and layered, as if all the masks were speaking at once. Your turn. My scream was the last sound I ever made. So, this Halloween, if you find something left on your doorstep, maybe it's better to just leave it be. Don't pick it up. And whatever you do, don't open the door. Thanks for sticking around through that chilling tale. If you love stories that keep you up at night, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments what you would have done in this situation. Stay safe and see you in the next video.